How bad a loss is this for Kershaw's legacy?
Well, it ain't good. I'm not stunned by this at all. In fact, I picked the Astros to win in 7 games precisely because I anticipated Kershaw would have at least one game like this. He has the lowest, he has a 2.36 lifetime regular season ERA. Lifetime. To give people an idea, it's just like numbers, right? A 2.36 ERA in a lot of years, you can lead the league in ERA. He has a lifetime average of that. He's an incredibly great pitcher. Like, Kershaw regular season is squarely in the conversation with Sandy Koufax, Pedro Martinez, Lefty Grove, a few others, as the greatest regular season pitcher who ever lived. And he has a 4.5 ERA in the playoffs. Yeah. 4.5. Lifetime in the playoffs. And it's sample size, 118 innings. It's like more than half a season nowadays. It's a representative sample size. Every couple of years he's in it. So when he was a little younger, a couple of years ago, now we see him all different stages of his career, a lesser version of himself in the playoffs. It gives me no great pleasure. It gives me no pleasure at all to say this. I'd like to see him be the greatest pitcher ever. Oh, my God, wouldn't that be something to witness? But that is not, in fact, the case. He has consistently underperformed. And I don't want to hear from people talking about, well, here he was good, in this game he was good, in that game he was good. Yes, that all gets averaged in. And in the regular season, he has all those games, but then he doesn't have a lot of games like this. And he has a lot of moments like he had last night, Stephen A. If he's on the hill in Game 7 in a pivotal moment, runner on third, less than 2 outs, and he gets critical outs out of the bullpen, he can still redeem himself. But Stephen A., barring something like that, this cements his position as a Peyton Manning, Alex Rodriguez figure. Maybe the best you've ever seen do it until it matters the most, and then some lesser version of himself.
You know what? This is a debate show. And obviously, it's you know, the theme is to have opposite opinions as much as we possibly can. But when you're right, you're right. And I have to take a moment to give my man Max Kellerman some credit here, because you called this. You got to remember, you don't say it's not good, it looks bad. No, this is devastating. I'm saying right now, this is devastating. I'm leaving. I'm going to the game tomorrow night. I'm going to be there. I am devastated by what I witnessed, because I picked the Dodgers to win in 7 precisely because of the situation that occurred last night. Friday, I said Dodgers going to win 2 or 3 in Houston. You understand? Kershaw, they're going to win one of these 2 games. Game 3 or 4, they'll win. And Game 5, Kershaw will be on the hill, and I think he's going to handle his business. That was where I was. You get a 3-0 lead to start off the game. You have a 4-0 lead, and you lose both. I mean, it's devastating. If the Los Angeles Dodgers lose this World Series, it's going to be because of Kershaw. We can slice it any way we want to. Jansen and giving up his hit, you know, to Bregman that lose the game last night. All right, that happens to a closer from time to time, considering the amount of work that he has put in, considering how Houston's bats were flowing. See, I'm an Altuve. This miniature dude right here. I mean, I tweeted last night. I know that they're two different worlds and what have you. But when I've seen this guy in this postseason, I'm not talking about similar talent, Max. I'm saying that when I see Jose Altuve at the plate, I have the feeling that I had when Barry Bonds used to show up to the plate. I mean, that's the kind of this little brother right here. This brother's on another level.
Know who I think? Joe Morgan.
Listen.
Little second baseman can hit for power, run, defend, everything.
But forget him. He's in the 70s. I'm talking about 2017. Altuve is a monster. And for some reason, Correa coming up right behind him every time. It's almost like they got their little battle going on. You do, I'll one-up you, or I'll match what you do. This is what they've been doing. Him and Springer, to sit up there and to make that error, diving for the ball in center field, foolishly instead of letting it hit, letting it be a hit, staying in front of it, making sure you limited what he can do, base running-wise. Instead, you dive for it, it gets past you, it goes to the center field wall. That causes them to score a run. He gets it right back when he shows up to plate at the bottom of the inning and smacks that shot over the left center field wall. Houston's offense is potent, we know it. But Kershaw, the $215 million man, you're supposed to go more than 4 2/3 innings. You're not supposed to be giving up that many earned runs. And you're certainly not supposed to be giving up not 1, but 2 leads. This is a devastating blow. And I think that if the Dodgers, this is the best way to say it, if the Dodgers lose this World Series, we're thinking about Kershaw.